what it would look like to invest your IRA, whether it's traditional or Roth, invest your IRA into a real estate opportunity. And I wanted to highlight specifically the impact of UBIT. So just to highlight the example before we get into the video related to UBIT, just to highlight the example, what we're talking about doing is you've got $100,000 in your Roth IRA. Again, it's a Roth IRA, so you're building tax-free return. So you've got $100,000 in that Roth IRA. You're looking to borrow. You're looking to leverage. You don't have enough to buy the property that's worth $200,000. So you need an additional $100,000 from somewhere else. So you're going to borrow $100,000 from elsewhere. Where it is, where it's from really doesn't matter. It can be from a bank, it can be from a person, it can be from me. But you have $100,000, you're looking to borrow $100,000 to be able to purchase a property for $200,000, which will then sell for $300,000. And the question is, what's the impact of UBIT? UBIT stands for Unrelated Business Income Tax. And sweetheart, if you don't mind, can you share with us the genius who put this together around what UBIT may or may not be? I don't know who you're going to show, but
yeah, I got you.
Okay, basics. UBIT, what is it? Why it matters? And the impact to compound interest right about now. So what is UBIT? So there are a few acronyms that you just have to be aware of when it comes to investing in general, but specifically when you're using your self-directed retirement accounts to invest in non-traditional investments. And that's whether we're talking about a self-directed IRA or a self-directed 401k, Roth, or traditional dollars. The first one being IRS. And I think all of us know who and what the IRS is. The other, specifically as it relates to IRAs and 401ks, is UBIT, Unrelated Business Income Tax. Not to be confused with UBTI and UDFI. See, all three are different, but all are derived from UBIT, Unrelated Business Income Tax. So we're going to address UBIT, Unrelated Business Income Tax. But again, all three of them are derived from UBIT. So if you can understand UBIT, you can understand the others. So in order to understand the Unrelated Business Income Tax, we got to take a step back in time. So we're talking Great Depression, World War II, Betty Boop, big band or swing music, and Superman makes his introduction into the comics. A wealthy gentleman who made his fortune by milling sugarcane passes away. In his estate planning, he leaves his sugar mill because he doesn't have any family, doesn't have anyone to pass it on to. He leaves his sugar mill to his alma mater. Confused by this generous donation, the university is confused as to what it is they can do with the sugar mill. Do we sell it? One of their finance fellows just makes a small suggestion. What if we run it? What if we produce sugar? What if we do what it's designed to do? Why would this be a positive thing to do? Why does this make sense? What could possibly be the benefit of running this mill, given the fact that it's a university that's not their main role and responsibility? So there's a headache associated with that. Like, what would be the point or the purpose? Well, think about it. It's a university. What does that mean? Universities are tax exempt. So what does that mean? If the university owns a sugar mill and the university runs that sugar mill, any profits made from the sugar mill is tax exempt. There's money to be made here, a lot of money to be made here. And again, they're a university. So because of a university's tax exempt status, and this sugar mill now belongs to this university, they can now produce tax exempt. So they do just that. And word gets around that this university is running this mill void of all taxes. The neighboring sugar mill owners gets word of this and they start to complain because it's not fair that this university is exempt from taxes, but I'm not. You're not, but this university is. We're doing the exact same job. We're producing the exact same item. It's the exact same processes within each facility. It's cookie cutter, no different. But one is tax exempt and one is not. It's not fair. Fast forward to 1950, and the Revenue Act of 1950 is now passed. And as a result, tax exempt entities such as universities, soon to be included tax exempt products such as Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, SEP IRAs, simple IRAs, have now been included into UBIT. UBIT, UBTI, and UDFI are provisions added to the Revenue Act of 1950 designed to eliminate an unfair competitive advantage that was being enjoyed by the tax-exempt entities and organizations over their tax-paying counterparts in the non-exempt world. That's a mouthful. And this was later amended to include IRAs. But what does all of that mean in English? UBIT was introduced to level the playing field and make it fair for the average American and business owners who were not allotted tax-exempt status. Oh, and did I mention? UBIT is an annual tax paid on your profits. And are you okay with being taxed up to 37% in some cases? I'm not. How do you avoid UBIT, UBTI, UDFI? Well, in most cases, you really can't. There are strategies you can implement as a result of the tax code changes from 2017, and that will allow you to reduce the impact of UBIT. But as far as eliminating UBIT, that's a challenge. So you can get that 37% down to somewhere closer to 21% as a result of the tax code changes. There is one exception though, and I've already mentioned this, as it specifically relates to real estate leveraged inside of a retirement account. And I am referencing using a non-recourse loan to bridge the gap between what you currently have in your retirement account and what you actually need for the deal. So as it relates to leveraging real estate transaction inside of a self-directed 401k, whether that's a self-directed Roth 401k or a self-directed 401k with traditional dollars, UBIT does not apply. It's like getting a 37% increase in your profits by just having a 401k over an IRA. So I've asked this question before. So which type of IRA would you prefer? And in my world, where we're using our IRA dollars to invest in real estate, which type of IRA would you prefer to invest in real estate? Spoiler alert, none of them. The goal of this video was to give you some of the history on IRA and to introduce you to UBIT. We should all be aware of UBIT. UBIT is very similar to compound interest. He who understands it earns it. He who does not pays it. UBIT, if you don't understand UBIT, I guarantee you, you will be paying it.